Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
Well, good evening. Welcome to Sky Blue Fans TV. I'm Milesy. I'm your host for this evening. We do have some guests popping on a little bit later on. We have got our regulars coming up in just a moment, but we do have some guests popping up later on in the show. A very special guest. They've just won an award this week at the Podcast Awards. So we are very blessed that Jamie McAllister from That Blind Boy podcast is going to be joining us just after 7:45, round about that sort of time. We've got a Millwall fan coming on as well to give us the lowdown of Millwall. And also, Vicky's back off her trip to Egypt, so she will be joining us a little bit later on as well. A little bit of housekeeping first, just in case you haven't noticed yet. But we do have a question of sport coming to the Sky Blue Tavern. That is a week tonight at the Sky Blue Tavern, so there will be no show next Thursday. But we have a special show next Friday, live from Ipswich, from the hotel. I've got two Ipswich fans coming on. We're going to have a load of Sky Blues fans with us. Ken's going to be there. Mark Harrington's going to be there. Mark White's going to be there. Shannon White's going to be there. There's going to be even more Sky Blues fans there because the hotel is right next to the ground. So we're going to try and get as many people sitting around the table as possible next Friday. So next Thursday, we've got a question of sport at the Tavern. And on the Friday, we've got a live stream live from Ipswich from the hotel the night before our game against Ipswich. Don't forget also you can book your tickets for Cinderballer. There's £1 for the children. Cinderballer is by Fridays. Dave Boost is going to be there. It's about £3, £4 for an adult to go. We're going to be there on the 4th of December. So we're there for the opening night. And that runs from the 4th of December to the 9th of December, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. But let's get our guests on tonight. They're hosts, they've got the team, they're absolutely fantastic. And we're going to get the one and only Ken Stewart. Good evening, Ken.
Good evening, Miles. How are we? All right?
All good, mate. All good. Yeah,
All
not
good.
Spoken to you much this week, have I?
No, not really. Normally speak on a daily basis, but I suppose work and stuff. It's been difficult, isn't it? Sometimes you get busy and you get stuff. But yeah, all good. All good.
Good, excellent. And we've got the Wikipedia, the encyclopedia. He's learned a lot off our guests that we had on Sunday, Jim Brown. No, it's not Jim Brown. We haven't got him on again yet. We will have him on soon. Yes, it's Claudio. Good evening, Claudio. How are you?
Evening, guys. I'm all well. Are you pair okay?
Yeah, good. All good, mate.
All good.
Looking forward to tonight's show.
Brilliant. Now, listen, Claudio, it's going to be a great show. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about Millwall later on. We haven't got much football to talk about, but some of the key points I want to pick up on this week, which I've noticed come out yesterday. Merchandise. Now, this is a big story going around. There's been comments on social media. I've heard some great comments about the stuff in the club shop. We finally got a superstore. I've heard some great comments, and then I've heard some shockers, about the merch that we're selling at the moment. But they're going to clamp down on these people that are doing merchandise with the Coventry City badge on it. Now, I better hide this one because this wasn't from the club shop when we won League One. But the person doesn't make them anymore, so I'm all right. I don't know if they can get told off for having Sky Blues in the background, but also my metal sign at the top, that's got the badge on it. But I don't know, I can't remember where I got it from. But, I mean, we haven't got anything like this in our club shop, which is why I bought it. But we'll come to you, Claudio, because first, I know that your wife does mugs and things, but not with the crest on it. She does just lyrics of songs because, obviously you knew you can't use the crest and things. So you only use the lyrics of the songs. What have you made to these, the news yesterday about clamping down on these people?
Well, when we first started doing this, the sort of mugs and bits and bobs, the club wasn't registered under the name of Coventry City with the league. It was registered as Otium Entertainment Limited, and we were told we could do what we want with the badge because it's not been registered apparently, and nobody cared basically in League Two and League One. But we decided to, because we were doing all clubs, and certain would get on the shop, it was an Etsy shop, we'd get flagged up and it would say copyright issues, blah, blah, blah. Please, can you take this down? Which is fair enough because we didn't know what we could and couldn't use, you see. Some clubs, you couldn't use the lyrics, which I can't understand because the club's lyrics, are they? I'm not talking about our club. Like Southampton, you couldn't put the Saints Go Marching In. But I mean, that's not their song, is it? That's like a song. I can't understand how they can put a copyright on that. But it must be because they may have had mugs in their shop with the lyrics on already or something similar. But we around it, we thought, don't use the badge. Or if you do use the badge, you have to sort of make it not identical. That's the issue. From what I gathered, the old badge was okay anyway. But I think they may be clamping down on that one as well, which I can't see how, because it's gone, hasn't it? That's not the badge anymore.
Yeah.
But we've had nothing from the club at all. And like you say, we use the lyrics like the Ben Sheaf, his ear is there is everywhere, the Heyman mug, the Jokeres mug, because Ben Wise's lad came up with the lyrics for it. I actually rang him up while he was going to an away match and say, look, we'd really love to put the lyrics on a mug. Would you mind if we use your son's lyrics? He goes, no, go ahead. So we sent him a couple of mugs for letting us do it. And ironically, he then goes on CWR and they advertise my wife's shop, which I thought was hilarious. So we're getting free advertising. And yeah, I mean, I just think, you can see the flag behind me. It's what do you do when you can't get what you really want? And some of the products aren't that great in the shop. You know, there's a T-shirt with Coventry City on the front. You can get that at Wellesbourne Market, can't you? That's not really brilliant, is it? Yeah. You know, it's not using a lot of imagination at all. You know, they need to make things more affordable and maybe a bit quirky, a bit different. You know,
No, totally agree. Totally agree. Now, Glenn's come in and Glenn's popped in. He said, club needs to do better quality merch. Now, anyone watching tonight, give us a comment in the old comment section there and let us know what sort of things you want in the club shop. Now, we know the club do watch this channel because that's why they got a mega store, because they've been watching our shows and we've been going around different things. So we're giving all the credit to ourselves that we got a superstore. Who cares if we haven't? Who cares? But I think we did. Now, Ken, your take on it all?
Yeah, I mean, I've got quite a lot of merchandise, as you know, and a lot of it's official, but some of it's unofficial, if you like, simply because it's not available in the club shop, or it wasn't available in the club shop up until probably now. You know, and the club shop is getting better, but they need to be more realistic in the prices because people are not going to pay extortionate prices for stuff they can get half the price somewhere else. You know, official kits and everything. We all buy the official kits. That's not a problem. Merchandise like mugs and stuff. I mean, I get official mugs anyway because the guy I get the mugs off has got a deal with Coventry City. That's allowed. He's allowed to use the club crest because he's got a sponsorship deal with Cov City. So anyway, where we get our mugs from is not an issue. But I know what the club are getting at. They're trying to clamp down on all these people that sort of jumped on the bandwagon, if you like, following our success over the last couple of seasons and making all sorts of stuff, especially with the run up to Christmas. And but yeah, I know what you're saying. But they've got to be, the club have got to be. To be fair, they've got to be a bit more realistic and say, look, let's price them right. Let's get the price right. Don't rip off fans, and be realistic. You know, that's not charged like £5 or whatever it is, £6 for a key ring, when you can get it like for £3 somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing is just ridiculous. And That's the sort of thing I don't like. And the club can still make money by buying quality gear, in which they have, and hopefully it will continue. And it's a great shop, it's a great mega store, and it's brilliant that we've got it now. Let's just fill it with stuff, Cough City stuff at a reasonable price, and so that people can afford. We're already paying £50 for shirts, which is a bit over the top anyway, but that seems to be the going rate everywhere. But everything else, the club can control. They've got a price control on it, and they've got to price it realistically. And if they do that, people will buy it from the shop.
Well, the bucket hats, we had. Well, I've been wearing bucket hats for years, and then before the playoff final, some bright spark starts knocking them out at £10, flogging them all around the city, and he flogged thousands of them. And
he
then
made a fortune.
Jumped on it a bit too late, and they're now selling them for £15 in the shop, where this guy was selling for £10.
Yeah, and he didn't do anything wrong because he never had the club badge on it.
No,
he said so. He was allowed to do that. They couldn't do anything about that because there was no club crest on it. It was just PUSB or Coventry City FC.
Most people buy both. I mean, I've got official. Yeah. This is official gear. You've got official. We've all got official gear on. Yeah. And we all buy a bit of tat as well, don't we? That's what.
Yes, we do. Yeah. It's just unusual stuff that you don't normally see in the club shop.
Yeah.
Like you'd see, I'll have that, because it's unusual and then people haven't got it, or you don't see it normally. Or it's well overpriced in the shop if it is in the shop. Something like key. I seen a key ring in there the other day for like £6 for a little key ring. I thought that's ridiculous for a key ring.
How much is that hoodie, Miles, that you wearing?
Well, shh, I can't tell you. Because when I went to they might chase me for an extra tenner. Because when I went to the till, it wasn't priced right, so I can't tell you. So they might chase me for me £10. But listen, we'll come back to it in just a sec. I've got to spot the ball up. So we get you. This is really easy this week, guys. I've done a really easy one. This is one of my photos from Leicester.
Oh, back to the first game of the season.
Yeah, I wish it was, but it's not my.
But look
photo.
at that player in there. Hamer's in there.
Yeah, so I didn't have a picture this week, so I've chucked one off the internet somewhere. So give us a guess. Get your guesses in. Claudio is going to write them down. So get your guesses. It's really easy this week. I've done it a bit easier because guess the crest is very hard this week. You're not going to get the guess crest. So Ken, we'll go with you first. Where do you think you're going to go?
10.
Number 10. Okay. Claudio, where are you going?
8 or 9, I reckon. I'm going to go 9.
You're going 9. Okay. Lovely jubbly. Right. Well, we'll get your guesses in. You can win a prize tonight just in time for Christmas. And give it away as a little stocking filler or whatever you want to do with it. You can chuck it in the cupboard and leave it there if you want. But we do have winners every week on our show. So Dave Kay needs to get in touch with us. He hasn't got in touch with us yet. He needs to get in touch with us because he won last week. So we need to get Dave Kay. So get your guesses in. And, we can get you a little prize if you win tonight. So we've got a few guesses coming in at the moment. I just want to touch base with this little comment in here. Where is it? Adam Shaw's come on. He's gone as an ex-Cov lad who moved to Suffolk near Ipswich. Can't wait for Ipswich away next week, but scared at the same time. Now, listen, Adam, if you're in Ipswich and you're near the Penta Hotel, why don't you pop down about 7:15, come and have a beer with us, sit round the table. You can come live on the show direct from the hotel, Penta Hotel, next Friday night. Get yourself down there, mate. Great to see you and joining us tonight. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about the shop because they've got a Black Friday sale. It's Black Friday tomorrow. Jamie's just about to join us as well. Black Friday sale tomorrow. Some of the prices are out today. Some real good prices. The coat I've got has been reduced from £58 down to £38, which is absolutely fantastic for a winter coat. Training gear's got up to, I think it's 30% off. So we're talking about the prices. So the prices they are now, the 30% off. Do you think that should be where it should be priced at from the beginning, Ken? Because it is affordable.
Yeah, definitely. Of course it is. It just shows you how much money they're making on these products. God knows how much it costs for the kits, but I mean, they're charging £50 for a top. I'd say they're making a good profit on that, aren't they? And the training gear would be the same. So 30% off is a reasonable price. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can afford to do that. They need to do that and help fans out. It's a lot of money especially with like fans with a lot big family, and they've got 2 or 3 kids in the family, and they all want tops. They all want training tops. It can be an expensive game, can't it? If they all want kits, especially around Christmas time. So let's try and help them out if we can and get them prices down to an affordable level.
Now listen, we're going to get Jamie in. Good evening, Jamie. Are you there?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. How are you, mate? Jamie is from That Blind Lad podcast. Welcome to our show, mate. Thanks for coming on. We'll talk a little bit about your podcast very shortly. I thought we'd bring you in here because we're talking about merchandise at the club shop and prices. The Black Friday sale, do you think the prices are very good at the moment?
It depends what you're looking at. Is it? I haven't looked at myself. I've seen it's 30%. If it's 30% for your the shirts and some of the polos they have in there, yeah, it's decent. But as we've seen on social media recently, some products, they leave a lot to be desired. So it's subjective, isn't it?
And is there anything that grabs your attention that you think is way too overpriced or the quality isn't quite there?
It's probably just sounds horrible. The clubs that releasing all this stuff, trying to give fans choice, but it's probably the new stuff, judging by people's reactions to it and the prices alongside it. And obviously recently they've announced they're clamping down on any kind of third-party product with the badge on. So yeah, it's probably that generic t-shirts kind of items. I tend to go for just your standard polo top or match shirt. So yeah, any of that really.
Yeah. And Claudio, this Black Friday sale, do you think the quality of the items in the sale is good enough?
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to buy anything, it's normally the training gear anyway. I rarely buy the actual shirts. I tend to go for the training gear. The thing is, the club have lost about 3 months worth of sales, haven't they, this season with the shirts?
Yeah.
Which is a shame because, I mean, come January, they'll be halving the price of the kits already. So they've really missed out this season on shirt sales. And people have been moaning from the start, haven't they, really? Badges falling off and creases where the advertising is. It's poor, isn't it, really? I mean, that's not the club's fault. That's whoever manufactures them. But someone's got to jump on it because it's just not great for what you're paying. If you paid over 50 odd quid for a shirt from a high street, you expect things not to fall off after the first wash. So that's what they need to sort out. But it's, for me, I mean, 30% off is great. You can't complain at the price, but maybe that's where it should be to start with.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a sort of price range, especially for training gear. I mean, back in the day, the training gear used to be half the price of what a football shirt was. Now it's probably 5 quid or 10 quid less. So for me, I think the training gear is overpriced, to be honest, because especially the blue one that they wear is a template one anyway. You can buy it online without the badge on, and you can put the badge on yourself if you know how to do badges yourself. So there is that thing that you can do if you do that. Luke's come in here and he's gone, that hoodie that Miles has on, I think it's about 50 quid, which is a bit pricey. Well, I looked at the price and I thought it was all right because I bought my wife one from Blackpool Pleasure Beach when we were up there latter part of the season when we went up in March, wasn't it? And I bought one from the Pleasure Beach off a ride, and that was about 50 quid. So I think the hoodie was sort of going rate really for one of these, unless you go to Aldi and you can pick them up for 22 quid. Mark Harrington's coming here. He said the hoodie costs 55, probably a fiver to make. But it's like we've been dying out for a shop that you go. I see a shop that you're meant to go to every single game, and you go to the club shop and you want to walk out with something. Because last season, the seasons before, all we've had is training tops and football shirts. You've already bought them. There's nothing else to buy. So the only way the club can make more money is by stocking that up. So for me to go in there, see one of these hoodies, I thought I'm going to have one of them for the winter because I feel the cold because of my lungs and stuff. So it was ideal for me and absolutely superb because I've gone in there, I've come out with something else, which I probably wouldn't have done in the past. So, yeah, I mean, I think they'll get it sorted now. Now, we have got a fantastic guest with us. Hopefully the line's a little bit clearer. Guys, I don't know if you've heard of Jamie, but Jamie McAllister, that Blind Lad podcast. Jamie, you've won an award.
I have, yeah. Somehow, I don't know how.
Your line's a little bit quiet, Jamie. Can you go a little bit louder?
Sorry, is that any better?
Yeah, that's a bit better.
Yeah, I'm saying somehow I've won an award. I couldn't really tell you how.
But it's a fantastic achievement, though, because there's that many podcasts out there, the likes of us, Sky Blue Extra, All Things Sky Blue. You're doing about Coventry like we are. There's a few more out there. I mean, it's a fantastic achievement for you. What was it like to get nominated and to be able to go to that awards night and to walk away with the award?
It was when I first got nominated. I remember I actually can't remember who it was by, but I'm pretty sure it was Coventry. And I didn't really think anything to it. And then I saw that the fact that they were doing the equality, diversity, and inclusion category, which was okay. Maybe I could, push this a bit further myself and see where I end up. And then obviously things rolled in. I get into the 10-person shortlist, and the awards, and the awards were pretty cool. I never done anything like it myself, and same goes for my fiance. It was a pretty kind of surreal experience, especially to be in a room of YouTubers and podcasters who I watch and listen to, who do general football content, whether it's Championship or Premier League. So it was a very special night.
And did you get the award presented by anyone famous?
I've already been asked it. It was by Emma Jones, who does a lot of sports kind of presenting of different shows. I think she's a Leeds United fan. You had like YouTubers like James Alcott, who I watch on a regular basis. I still refuse to believe it was him, but everyone's telling me it was him. Jamie Vardy was there, which was pretty different. But yeah, there was some famous faces, depending on what you consider famous.
And I'm intrigued to know what sort of outfit did you wear? Did you wear a full tuxedo, or did you go smart casual? What was your, or did you wear a sky blue suit with a Cov City badge on it?
I wish I could pull off a full sky blue suit. That's I don't think that would get past my front door. Forget about all the way up to Liverpool. But yeah, I full went for the black shirt. I mean, white shirt, black tie and grey wrestler suit. Literally my first ever time wearing a suit in my life. So, I went full out, and so did my fiance. It was worth it.
Fantastic. And tell us a bit about your podcast then, that people can log on to, subscribe to. Give us a massive plug about what you do and how you go about it all. Do you have any guests on and stuff?
Yeah, so my podcast is called That Blind Lads Podcast, which is original, I know. And I basically I don't have a specific kind of theme around it. I just kind of keep it as diverse as possible. But I try I do focus on disability. So every guest that I have on, that I interview, is or has a disability or some kind of chronic illness. And my aim of it really is to raise awareness, to big up people's achievements, and just give as much positive to disability as I possibly can. I've recently done a few series where I focused on specific things. So I did accessibility in mainstream football. I did accessible gaming. I've recently just finished blind sports series, and it's kind of merging all together from December onwards, like it used to be, where I just interview people from all sorts of different backgrounds, from sport, gaming, education, travel, journalism, like you name it. It's I've probably covered someone from that industry. And yeah, it's just so much for starters to teach me and to make me more aware of conditions and disabilities that I maybe not so aware of myself. And to do the same for the people listening, and just it's something I enjoy. I enjoy just having a chat with people for 45 minutes to an hour and a half, whatever it is. If someone's got someone they really like, they really want to promote that they're doing. Like I've got someone coming on in the new year, or had someone on where we recently whatever over a children's book about the main character who has a disability. So it's just stuff like that I just enjoy doing. It's a passionate hobby of mine, and I'm lucky enough that my fiance is now my editor, free of charge. Yeah,
we could do with an editor, Jamie. We need an editor.
You might have to charge at that point.
And
but yeah, that's what it's all about, really.
And you're working close with the club, aren't you? Did I see something the other week that you've been working with the club?
Yeah, indirectly, directly, whatever you want to call it. So we've got we're just managing to get the Disabled Supporters Association off the ground. So I kind of put feeders out for over a year ago now, and it got a good response. And now we've got Jodie Jones, who's the fan liaison officer, which we haven't had. I don't think we've ever had one, at least in my time supporting the club. So she's able to take these ideas and actually put them into motion. So yeah, we've got off the ground. I'll be the social media person for that, and we've got chair, vice chair, secretary, and committee members. So hopefully more things will come of that at the beginning of the 2024. Yeah, that'll be fun working with the club to just do as much as we can to make football more kind of an enjoyable and accessible experience for disabled people overall.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, we know Jodie Jones quite well, don't we, Ken? She's a lovely lady, and she's absolutely brilliant. So, you're in good hands there, Jamie. To be honest with you. Now, listen, we'll come back to you in just a sec, mate. Just got to do our spot the ball competition. So we've got spot the ball here. I'll explain it to you, Jamie. So we've got Jamie Vardy, Gustavo Hamer, Carl McFadzean, and Jay De Silva. First game of the season. You got Jamie Vardy running with the ball. We think he's running with the ball, and Hamer's sliding in. Carl McFadzean's ready to pounce on Vardy and knock him into the stands. But we got 12 numbers. We got number 5, 1, 3, 12, 11, 10, 2, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 4. So this is what we do every week. We get people to just give us a guess. So anyone's watching, give us a guess. Get your guesses in. You could win a prize tonight. And a little bit later, we've got Guess the Crest as well. So we've got that going. Also, I want to mention a good Thanksgiving to any Americans that are watching this evening. How come that's not coming up? What's happened there? It's all gone wrong. My thing's gone funny. The computer's gone all funny. And the cat's made an appearance.
I can see a cat's tail. I can see a cat's tail.
Yeah, tail again. And now Claudio has got 2 cats, and one always makes an appearance every week on the show. So yeah, that's what happens on our show, mate. We get animals join us. So happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans out there, and also to our American, the one and only Haji. Right. So that's all good. So get your guesses in for Spot the Ball. For Jamie, when's your next show?
It's every week, at least not next week. Or that's just incorrect. It's every 2 weeks now. So obviously 5th December, and then working out from 2 weeks from that every Tuesday. And yeah, I usually put something out on my socials about an episode. The first one, kind of after this little mini break, will be with a visually impaired Paralympian skier, and now karate champion. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Fantastic. Absolutely love it. And they can see that where can they get that on Spotify, is it?
All the usual places, yeah. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. There's a few other smaller ones that I never remember. Google Podcasts, but I think that's changing. Or you can go to my website and play or find it from there, which is just thatblindnessmedia.co.uk.
Brilliant. Love it. Now, listen, we're just going to go to an ad break, and then I've got something very funny coming up. Victoria's about to join it. That's not the funny bit. Victoria joining us, by the way, just in case she's sitting there thinking, hold on a minute, he's calling me funny. No, it's not you, Victoria, honest. So we'll be back very shortly, Jamie. We're just going to take a quick ad break and we'll be straight back. And I've got a real funny, well, I thought it was funny, but I am a bit mental. But here we go. Ad break.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.
Welcome back to Sky Blue Fans TV. I'm Milesy. I'm the host this evening. We got Spot the Ball. We got Guess the Crest coming up. I've got a little bit of a funny clip coming up for you as well. We're joined by our guests Ken Stewart, Claudio, and Jamie from That Blind Lad podcast, which is absolutely brilliant. It's just won a major award this week at the Podcast Awards, so congratulations to him. And we'll have a little more chat with him very shortly about this weekend's game coming up. So we'll crack on with that. But before we do all that, and we got our Millwall fan joining us, you ain't going to believe it. This girl, I reckon she's been around the world this year. She's been to every single country, I reckon, because every time we go to do something, she goes, I can't be there, I'm going away. I reckon, isn't it, Claudio? Ken? She's always on holiday, this girl, isn't she? Absolute nightmare. So anyway, she's a general knowledge whiz at everything 90s and up to present day about the Sky Blues, the one and only. Guess who it is? Vicky Oak.
Hi, Miles, you all right?
Well, I'm all right. How are you? Look at your suntan.
I know it's cold here, though, isn't it? Blooming heck.
Oh, flipping heck, it's cold. Oh, yeah, it's cold. How's your trip? All right? All good?
Yeah, great, thanks. Yeah, good time.
Excellent. Say hello to Jamie. Jamie's just won an award. I don't know if you've seen while you were away that he's won the
I
award.
saw that. Well done, Jamie.
Thank you.
Brilliant stuff. Now listen, Jamie, we're just going to have a quick go at this Guess the Crest. We'll describe it to you and see if you can have a guess as well. So what we normally do with this is we see if you can guess out of three. Here's your three Crest guys. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? Here we go. Now, anyone commenting, don't comment in who they are. Comment in how many you think you've got. So, Jamie, the first crest is a black circle and it says 1919, and in the middle is a white English rose, so Yorkshire rose, sorry. So it says 1919 on the badge. It's a black circle with two thin white lines. I've deleted a load of things off the badge, you see, to make it harder for everyone else. And it's got the English Yorkshire white rose in the middle. The second badge says 1912 to 1989. It's a black circle again with an orange rim, football in the middle, and a shield in the middle with in orange with a black diamond on it. And then last one. Now I've had to change this one slightly, so I have adjusted this one. It's another black circle with some white lines around the outside, and in the middle, you've got like a sun shape and some sort of thin lines like legs in the middle. That's the best I can describe that one. So we'll come to you first, Ken. How many do you think you got?
None. I've not got a clue. Is that middle one
Not
maybe
a clue.
German club?
Don't say
Maybe
it.
middle one.
Oh, I
don't
can't
know.
tell you. Yeah, I will say two of them are English. Well, not English. Well, they're in the UK. Two of them are UK, and one of them is abroad. Claudia, how many do you think you got?
I reckon I might have two.
Two. Okay. Vicky?
One.
One. Okay. Jamie, do you want to have a stab in the dark?
No.
Do you want to have a guess?
Yeah. I could not tell you. No, none of them.
Okay, no worries, mate. I know it'd be a bit difficult. So we got Kieran joining us. Let's get Kieran in. Kieran, our Millwall fan. Good evening, Kieran.
Good evening. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. All right,
All
thank you.
good, mate. All good. Thanks for joining us, mate. Now listen, we get all our guests on. We've got two competitions tonight, so I'm going to give you a go at this. First one is spot the ball. Where do you think the ball is?
I'm gonna go with. I will go with 3.
Number 3. Okay.
Ooh.
And yes, the crest. How many do you think you can guess?
What? Should I say them out loud?
No, just say 1, 2, or 3 that you can guess. How many you can get out of the 3?
I think I can definitely get 2. Yeah, I think I'll get 2.
Okay.
Definitely 2.
Well, not
Okay,
definitely,
brilliant.
but hopefully.
Okay. If anyone's messaging in on the old Crest there, if you please just give us a guess how many you think you've got right. That would be great. Right, and we'll get those answers just before you go, Kieran. So that would be good. So thanks for joining us. There's 4 other guests on tonight. We've got Jamie, who's from That Blind Lad podcast. He just won an award last week, which was fantastic at the podcast awards. Claudia is our regular encyclopedia about the Sky Blues. Tell you, he's got everything lined up about Millwall Cobb, so that's in there. Ken's one of our regulars, our hosts, and the founder of Sky Blue Fans TV. And Victoria is our world traveller. She's hardly ever here. She's always gallivanting around the world. I tell you, she's been away more times than anyone this year. So yeah,
Lovely.
these are
Right,
the guys. So Millwall this weekend, Coventry, and the first subject I want to bring up. It's another game. We've got an ex-Premier League referee.
Oh, here we
Have you had any
go.
of them this year? Have you had
Here we
any of them
go.
this year, Kieran?
How many?
Yeah, we've had a
How many have
few.
you had? We've had 4. I think.
We've had a lot. Yeah, a few more than I would have liked.
And how have you found these referees that have been demoted to the Championship?
Not as good as they should be, considering they've come down from the supposedly the best league in the world. They're not quite as impressive as I've maybe you'd expect in the Championship. You can't really see the difference.
No.
I know. We had an incident at Preston. I don't know if you've seen the highlights.
Is it Anthony Taylor?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Oh dear.
Say no more.
One of those. Mate. One of those. So I'm dreading what's going to happen at the Den on Saturday, buddy.
Well, I'm not sure. Yeah, I can imagine it being quite a scrappy game. So I think the ref will have some big decisions to make, and we just got to hope that it doesn't make any stinkers like the last time from both sets of fans' perspective, really.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, why sack the manager?
Well, it was obviously a mutual. It was the sort of word on the street is that it was a mutual termination of a contract, and it just sort of the view of most of the fans was sort of that he'd sort of taken us as far as he could, and obviously we were very grateful for the job he did. But a lot of the fans had started to turn on him and said, you know, that he's taken us as far as he could, and that if we want to push on to be a sort of playoff chasing team, that maybe we need a new manager. And clearly, well, so far so good, but obviously it's only been one game, so can't judge too much. But yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely playing more positive football. We switched from a 5 at the back to a 4 at the back, and we look like more positive. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see on a longer term basis, because it could be, you know, it could be problematic if we don't have the solidity in the team that Gary Rout brought us.
I mean, you've done what we've done. We've gone 4 at the back. We've had to change from the 5, because apparently there was a stat. Is this right, Claudio? Until the last game, there was 5 teams in the league that were below everyone that had played 4 at the back. Is that right? Did I read that right?
It's 3 at the back. Right? There's 3 clubs that the last Saturday played with 3 at the back, and then they're in the bottom 6, and we're one of them, along with, I think, Sheffield Wednesday and one of the others.
Yeah. So have you found going 4 at the back has made you more solid? Just even if it is just for the, how many times you've done it now? Twice, is it, or once?
Just the once, since, because Edwards has only had one game, and it was a 4-0 win, so I can't really complain much about that. We did. There were the first sort of 10 minutes. I'd say Sheffield Wednesday were on top, but then the rest of the game we looked really solid, and then, you know, obviously getting 4-0 win speaks for itself, really. We outplayed them, and yeah, we're looking a lot more positive.
And I mean, we kept a clean sheet for the first time in 5, by changing to 4 at the back. One of the players that has been dropped virtually all season, Jake Bidwell, he started at our left back, had an absolute storming of a game. He was by miles man of the match on the game against Stoke. Who's shone for you this season so far in the Millwall team that we've really got to be scared of?
Well, to be honest with you, Casper Denor is exceptional. He's been really sort of dictating the play for us throughout this season. Like, really looks a class player. He'll just sort of get the ball, move it on, and the way he moves the ball is really nice. And he's like very confident on the ball, which is something that I think we needed last season. And I mean, you'll know all about Brooke Norton-Cuffy. I don't know what you thought of him, but he's been exceptional for us this season. I've really enjoyed watching him. So I think if I had to say, and then obviously you got Zian Fleming as well. So I think those 3 are definitely probably our biggest threats for you. They're the ones I'd be worried about if I were you. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Norton-Cuffy for us, he did really well. I mean, I was quite impressed with some of his play. What sort of a player is he this season? Because he was sort of playing on our right wing back position. Obviously, you've changed to a flat back 4. Is he still in that position, or have you moved him forward into midfield?
Yeah, he's still playing at the back, but he still has the sort of license to roam, if you like, at right back. So he played right back last game, but yeah, he had sort of the license to roam. And when you can cover him, then he's really good going forward. He got a goal against Sheffield Wednesday, so he's still able to go forward, but also sort of being able to focus on his defensive qualities, which I think we weren't tested as much against Sheffield Wednesday. But I mean, we'll see if you guys can really sort of test his defensive stability.
We're hoping that.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
We're hoping for an improvement after this international break, because we do know that they haven't had any time off this time around, where before Mark Robbins was giving them a week off in the last 2 international breaks. So this time around, he's had them in training. They've been out with the fans as well, having some social gatherings. Now we get to interview the players. We're very lucky. Like we interviewed 2 of our defenders last week. They prefer to play. By the way they were saying, they like playing it in a flat back 4. That was Bobby Thomas and Leon Kitchen. Do you have things like that with your club where the players come out into the community to fans forums and things?
Into fans forums?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge. I'm not sure about that one. I don't. Not to my knowledge.
Yeah. And I mean, what sort of game are you expecting on Saturday? Obviously, you play Sheffield Wednesday. You're coming up against Coventry, who we made the playoffs. You just missed out on the last game of the season. I mean, what sort of game are you expecting with us? Because we've made massive changes. I think Mark Robbins still doesn't know his first 11. Rumours are, and I don't know if anyone's heard this today, but looks like Callum O'Hare might be starting on Saturday, which is a bonus for us, absolute bonus. I mean, are you expecting the same sort of game as last season or something a little bit tighter?
I think it will be a tight one. I think the thing is we haven't been ourselves at home this season. Every Mill fan will tell you that we've had a shocking home record. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think we've only won 1 or 2 games at home. So it's, and obviously usually the Den is like sort of seen as a fortress. So I think you'll give us a good game. I'm going to predict that we're going to win, as I would, but it's hard to tell really, because obviously we've only had 1 game with the new manager and then he went out for an international break. We went for an international break, so it's quite hard to tell, but obviously having won his only game 4-0, I am fairly confident going into the game, but we'll see. Who knows? It's a championship, eh?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyone can beat anyone in this league. And
Exactly.
have you had any many out in international duty this week? Because we've had I think it's 4. Have you had many out on international duty?
We've had a few, yeah. So Savile captain Northern Ireland. We've had a few sort of at youth level as well. I know Mackie played at youth level, and then we've had Bradshaw travelling with the Wales squad, but he didn't get any game time. So I think we've had sort of 4 or 5, if you include the youth players as well, who've played in international. So hopefully they come back fit. But I think for Savile it was a big moment because he captained Northern Ireland, so hopefully that's given him a boost as well, morale boost.
Yeah. Mark Harrington's coming here. He reckons that it could well be a sellout on Saturday, with Millwall earlier having less than 1,000 tickets in their section of the stadiums available. Is that correct?
Yeah, I saw that today. A couple of hours ago, they posted that there's less than 1,000 tickets left. So that usually means that, yeah, it should be a sellout. So it should be a good atmosphere.
Wow, because I know we're taking nearly 3,000. I think we're going to fill that away end, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, that is.
I won't be going. Yeah, I won't be going this weekend. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a nightmare of a journey for me with my health at the moment, so I can't make that journey. Unfortunately, but I've done it for the last 2 years. I've done it, but this year it's just too much. But I think it's going to be a cracker. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to get. It's going to be great, I reckon. I mean, last season was brilliant, wasn't it? Apart from, we weren't playing at home. We were playing every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, whatever it was. But I want to touch on that game. Hamer got sent off. I mean, that was a turning point, wasn't it, from last season down at the Den?
Yeah, I do remember. I mean, I remember him being, obviously, you've seen what he's done this season. He in the sort of games that I did see of him in your team, he was like he seemed like the heartbeat of the team in the playoffs and everything. He looked really good. But yeah, I remember the sending off, definitely undeniably a turning point when your best player, one of your best players gets sent off.
It definitely was. The keeper didn't really have the best game either, did he? But that's for another conversation, another day. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to get your results then for these Guess the Crests. So here we go. Do you want to have another look, guys? If you want to change your minds, change your minds. If you think you've got more than one, Ken, are you still going with 0?
No, I think I might have 1 now.
Okay, so you're going for 1. Claudio, you still going for 2?
Yeah, still 2.
Okay, Vicky,
Still one.
and Kieran.
Yeah, it's either 1 or 2. I'll go with 2. I'll go with 2. I'll be ambitious.
Okay. Right then, let's get the answers up then, shall we? Let's get the answers up. So the first badge, second badge, and the third badge. Here we go. So your first badge was Harrogate Town. Did any of you get that one?
Oh, no.
No,
No.
I didn't.
Second one, Newport County. Anyone get
No.
that?
I got that
Yeah.
one. That was the one I did get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what you got, Vic?
Yeah, that's the middle one. Yeah.
Claudio?
Yeah, I got the first two, but not the last one.
Oh, you got the first two.
got-
Ken?
I had the middle one, Newport. That's the only one I got in the end.
Okay. And then the other one was Miami. There you go.
Man.
Now, this was Will's idea. He said, why don't you have 3 round badges, all with black in? So I thought, oh, that would be different. But I did make the third one would have been too easy with the pink. So I changed the pink look to white on the original one. So I did change the pink to make it a little bit more difficult because I thought it was too easy with the pink. Everyone would have got that. So yeah. So there you go. That's your guesses. We'll do spot the ball answer later on, just towards the end of the show, because we give a prize away. But what we'll do, we'll get some score predictions now. We'll start with you, Ken. Give us a score for Saturday, Ken.
Difficult place to go to always, isn't it? Millwall. Very intimidating, very hostile at times. But we've had some good results there in the past. Over the last few years, we've had some good results. Unlucky last year, obviously, we were winning and then we ended up losing the game. Listen, I'm going to go for a tight game. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win. How about that?
To us, yeah?
Yeah, 1-0 to Cov.
Okay.
Yeah.
Claudio.
Ooh, I think we're lucky we're playing them after the international break, because had we played them straight after the 4-0 win, we might be in big trouble with the new manager bounce and the Lions Den and all that. But I reckon historically, over the years, it's even Stevens. We've won as many as we've lost, basically. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get another draw. I'm going for a 1-1, I think.
So you say it's been close over the years. Have you got any stats there for us?
Yeah, well, we've won 32 and they've lost 32 against us, and we've drawn 15.
Yeah.
The last 10 matches, they've beaten us 4 times, and we've drawn 4 and lost 1-2. So that's not too bad, really. That's at the Den. But in 1989, it took us 106 years to get to the top of the Division 1 and 44 seconds to come off it when Teddy Sheringham scored for Millwall. It's the game where David Speedy went in goal.
Oh, yes.
Oggy
yes.
gets injured. Oggy gets injured, and we put our smallest player in goal, which is bizarre. We're 3-0 down. We're 3-0 down at half time, and it was only 1-1 in the second half with a 5-foot keeper, which is bizarre.
Tell you what, I'll take it if that happens again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
3-0 at half time.
You'll struggle this time. We've got 3 keepers this year.
Yeah.
and the other
At the moment, we need to put all 3 in goal.
I can imagine.
The other fact which is quite interesting is we've played Millwall in all the divisions. Suddenly, Division 4, 3, 2, and 1, which we've not done that with many clubs. So
I don't think we have either.
yeah, so it's that's quite I quite like that fact. It's that doesn't happen very often.
Yes, good.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's really good. Very good. And Victoria, coming back from Egypt with your suntan. Mine's faded now, but yeah. So what we're going for, Vic? Are we feeling confident? And
No, I'm
did you
feeling
bring me back a
optimistic.
Toblerone
I
and
think
a
it
fridge magnet?
Yeah, I'm feeling optimistic. I think it must be my post-holiday buzz, and also I'm going down on Saturday, so they better do a good result for me, because some more travel then. So I'm going to go 2-1 to City.
1 City. And Kieran.
I think I'm going to have to back the boys. I think it's not going to be an easy game. It's going to be a very it'll be entertaining, be a tough fought game. I don't think it'll be an easy 3 points, but I think I'm going to say 2-1 Millwall. and I think we'll score late.
Okay. Well,
Kieran, sorry, Miles. Just ask
go on.
Kieran something. Were you surprised with the appointments of the manager? Were you expecting? Who were you expecting?
We were, well, I mean, as a sort of community, a lot of us, well, I for one definitely was expecting, I thought Nathan Jones was going to get announced.
Right.
Because obviously, you know, he's managed at that level before and his name was being thrown around from the start. He was the only one who consistently, his name had been thrown around from the start to the end, really. So I thought it was going to be Nathan Jones. But then when we announced Joe Edwards, I was really happy with it because he's worked with young players before and we've got a lot of young talent. And yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, I'd say, with the appointment.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought Nigel Pearson or someone like that might have jumped in there, but you know, it was just because he's a good manager, isn't he? But there you go. So we got Robin Fletcher coming in here saying 2-1. Good evening, Rob. Cov Andy's come in. He's saying 1-0 to Cov right from a corner. Hey, Cov Andy, go and have a pound on that. You probably get 1,000 to 1 on us scoring from a bloody corner. Do you know what? I'm going with Kieran on this one. You know, I think Kieran. I think you could be right that it could be an open game. You know, both teams have had a little bit of a break, had a little bit of a breather. I'm going right, and this is no lie. I'm going for 3-3.
Wow.
I'm going for 3-3. Open game.
That'd be a treat
this year. Yeah, why not? Take a point straight after the international break, away from home. Plymouth on Tuesday night home. Who you got midweek?
We got Ipswich away, so very tough. Like two very tough games. Well, yeah,
please
hopefully
beat them. We've got them Saturday.
Oh, okay, there you go.
We've got them next week. So
I almost don't want to score.
I'll tell you what. No, you need to go and give them loads of injuries so they can start falling down the table.
Yeah, we'll have to. I think
pick them all off the park.
Yeah, literally. That'll have to be the game plan. I think I don't want us to score first against Ipswich. That's the thing. They're good when I think they've like conceded first like 5 times in a row and won or something. I don't know the exact stat, but they are very good when they concede first. So
we're not.
Claudio. I was just going to say Claudio.
Yeah.
When was the last time we come from behind?
The last time we came from behind, 2022, good the Easter bank holiday against Birmingham City away. So it's been a long time. So if you score first, it could be a
Let's
long
hope we score first then, eh?
Yeah.
And also kick them off the park, will you? Kick them all into the stands. Oh, my word. Have you ever been to Portman Road?
I have been strangely in the home end. I've got a friend who supports Ipswich, so I've been up there with him, but I've never been in the away end before.
Yeah, no, the away end's good. We won the league there.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you enjoy it then?
Yeah, it was the last game before COVID hit it and stopped everything. We won the league and it was a great goal. So you'll have a good time. You going up for the weekend or you just going up for the day?
I'm not able to go to Ipswich game because I'm studying in Derby, so it's a bit hard to get to some of the games. But I go every time I'm back home. I'm going to a home and away. So yeah,
brilliant. Well, listen, thanks for coming on tonight, mate. Absolutely brilliant to have you on and making the time to come on. So thank you very much indeed. And good luck for the rest of the season, but not Saturday.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Cheers, mate. Take care.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Cheers. There we go. That's our little view of the Millwall. So there we go. So Vic, you're going Saturday, representing Sky Blue Fans TV and the boys and the girls down there. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, looking forward to it. Hoping that we can pick up a win at last. I do feel like I think I've just come back from like with some sort of weird post-holiday buzz because I do feel like really optimistic, and I don't really know why because there's no reason for it, and then I just feel all positive all of a sudden. I feel like this is going to be the turning point in our season.
I think didn't I say to you earlier, Claudia? I think I said on the group chat. I think I put that this is when the season starts now because we've had stop, and then start again, and now it's clearing now till is it March when we play Brazil?
Yeah.
So we've got a right clear run at it now, and hopefully the team can get back at it, and hopefully they'll start gelling again and everything else. Let's get some comments in here. Luke's come in, said Ben Sheaf halfway line screamer 1-0. Well, yeah, on the intro tonight we had Adam Armstrong scored virtually from the halfway line, so that's good. Let's go right back to the top. Let's see what comments we've got coming in at the top here. Ian Pimlott says I'm on good evening all. Good evening all. I wonder if he's had a few gins or something. Cov says evening all. Glenn says DJ Cadden in the house. Yeah, we'll tell you about that off screen, Victor. We've got some news for you, me lovely. Unless you've seen it on Facebook today.
No, I've seen it's all good, isn't it?
Ian Smalls, come on, hi all. Looking forward to my trip next week for 3 games. Hope we turn a corner Saturday, PUSB. I hope we bloody score a corner, let alone turn a corner. Mark Cunningham says, good evening, lads. Glenn Watkins has come in again and said the fans' merchandise is better quality and price than what the club shop is now. Because you weren't on earlier. We've been talking about pricing, and I don't know if you've seen the club are clamping down on third parties making some merch. We'll get your views on that in just a sec. Ian Small comes on and says, Adam, I lived in Brandon for years. Narch and Portman Road were guaranteed each season. There you go. Good evening all from Nation Radio. Gara 87 says good evening, chaps. We've had that one, haven't we? The Udi. The Denny's not the place you want to go when you're in terrible run of form. Well, we've been in the terrible run of form. Hopefully, we've got that out the way, and we can go on Saturday and give a real good go for it. Now, Vic, we'll get your views on this. Oh no, Paul Hughes has come in and says, evening all from Bristol. Robin Fletcher's come in. I think our season needs to start somewhere, so why not Saturday after the break? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And Mark Cunningham agrees with you, Vicky, 2-1 on Saturday. So, Vic, what we were talking about, the club have announced they're going to clamp down on third parties making club merchandise with the badge because the club are losing money. And we've had people commenting in, Claudia and I and Ken have said, the price that it is at the moment, Black Friday, 30% off is about the right price for stuff, especially training kits. I don't know if you remember, but a training top was half the price of a normal shirt, if you remember right. And it wasn't it? A training T-shirt was half the price. So people used to buy the training top, but now they're virtually the same sort of price. What are your thoughts on the merchandise that the club are selling over third parties?
I think the thing is, and I commented this on, I did see the Facebook post announcement, and I did comment to say the reason why there was a surge in sort of third party successful businesses was that the club just weren't offering anything. I mean, it was a joke, the level of merchandise we had, and the club shop was a joke. I mean, it just was disgraceful. And I think most people would like to be able to buy stuff officially from the club and support the club, but we couldn't. Lots of things you wanted, you just couldn't buy from the club. They weren't offering it. So that was why these businesses were doing well, because they were just filling a gap in the market. So I don't necessarily disagree with the club taking a stronger line, because it's been obvious in the sort of recent weeks that they are looking to introduce more merchandise. I mean, there's lots of new things coming out. Like I saw there's a Monopoly. That sounds cool. I might get that for Christmas. And so the fact that the club's going to meet those demands is good. I just think they need to be careful not to be ripping off fans, because there's a definite issue with the cost that they're charging and the quality of some of the merchandise, and that then becomes another issue, doesn't it? So if the club can get the pricing right and the quality right, then I think everyone's happy, aren't they? For me,
I mean, you just touch base on Monopoly. $39.99 for Monopoly.
Yeah. So listen, Monopoly's not cheap, is it? I mean, I think if you buy, I know that I bought novelty ones in recent years for sort of friends and family at Christmas, and they're not overly cheap. I'm not sure that's massively outside the market price. It's just difficult, isn't it? But I think maybe the issue is more with the clothing lines, because there's obviously been issues with some of the quality, and that's the issue. Though I know I really wanted a hoodie, and you couldn't buy a hoodie from the club, so I bought one from a third party, and the quality is good and it's lasted. And if I buy one from the club because they're now offering it, I want it to last the same and not fall apart within a couple of wears. And so that's what they need to be careful of, that they're not ripping off fans with poor quality merchandise. And I think the clothing lines is probably the bigger issue. I think the other things probably be about right, and it's difficult to get the quality on those wrong, isn't it? Really, I guess.
I mean, Ken.
Yes.
Will was wearing one of my 87 shirts until about 3 years ago when he grew out of it.
Yeah.
And it's an original 87 shirt, and the badge is an. I'm touching on this because this is what we've got now.
Yeah.
So in 87, the FA Cup shirt had an iron-on badge. Right. So the crest was iron-on badge. Will was still wearing it up until 3 years ago. So we've got an iron-on badge now. Everyone's moaning about it, but we had them back in the 80s.
Yeah, we did.
We had iron-on badges. So why do you think people think we've got to have a woven badge or a patch?
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on the quality, doesn't it, I suppose? You can get good iron-on badges that last forever. I personally like the woven badge myself, because it's not going to come off. But yeah, you can get the good quality ones, and they might have changed manufacturers. I don't know, changed suppliers, obviously, of the badges and stuff. But there has been problems. There's no doubt about that. The badges this year have been very poor. They've not been straight in some cases. They're wonky. They're coming off. So they're obviously changed the place where they get the badges put on, wherever it is, and they're not being put on correctly. And they should be on there and they should last. If you're paying £50 for a shirt, your badge should stay on there. If you look after it, it should stay on there. If you wash it properly and look after the merchandise, it should stay on. It shouldn't come off. And obviously that's not been the case, and people have been a bit upset. So the club need to come out and say, well, where are they getting these badges put on? Who's doing them? Is it some backstreet place, or is it a proper place, that does badges?
I know where it's being done.
Do you? Where?
I do, yeah. It's being done in Derby. Derby. So I'll let you think about that one. But it's been done in Derby on the top floor of a warehouse, and they've got 58 machines, and 24 of them are being used for Cov City shirts.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, obviously they're not. The badges
Claudio,
are not.
Yeah, they're not. No, but I think they're coming from Hummel with the badges on. But I think the warehouse is putting on the advertising. So the badges are cut. The shirts are coming from Hummel with the badges on.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, but they're just putting the advertising on at this third-party place. So yeah, Claudio. Now it's someone's birthday today. A massive shout out to Doctor Who. I know it's not football related, but Doctor Who is 60 today. So Claudio, you'll remember the first ever episode, won't you?
No, but the person who came up with the music is from Coventry.
She
Oh,
is.
right.
That's why I brought it up. Yeah.
Ah, right, with you.
Julia Derbyshire. Yeah, she produced the theme tune, and where she got the woo woo, that noise. She did it on a science thing, turning the knob left and right, and it made the noise go woo like that, and that's how she got that song.
Cool.
Yeah, it was all on
Well,
radio.
everybody knows that tune, don't they? You hear
Yeah.
that? Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
It's to do with Doctor Who.
But it's changed over the years because they've had different composers, but she originally did that particular tune. So happy birthday to Doctor Who today, and apparently there is a TARDIS in the city centre somewhere that no one even knew was there.
Mm.
So you can go and see it on the tour. Yeah, there's a TARDIS somewhere. Now I have got a video clip I want to play before we go, and we've got to do spot the ball answer. But before I do, on a serious note now, because we do have a little bit of a laugh, we are going to have a laugh again. I'll do the serious bit after the laugh. We'll do it that way round. What do you think? Yeah? Yeah, do the serious thing after the laugh. So I've got a little video. I've seen this today, and I thought, I've got to play this tonight, right? I mean, it's not football related, but this just cracked me up today when I seen this. So here's a little video clip for you. See what you think.
Where's that coming from?
Not
What's
a
the-
clue. I seen it on Twitter earlier, and I thought I've got to put that on the show tonight because it's just absolutely hilarious.
My
Oh,
goodness.
quite good.
Should we have a guess where it was? Should we try and guess whereabouts in the country it was? I'll tell you where it was. It was some village somewhere missing its idiot. I reckon it was from this village. Where I am.
Mark Harrington reckons it's cloudier in Tardell. So.
According to BC Radio, I live in Borsall Common.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, it's a Beastly Radio Roadshow.
Oh my God, I've never seen anything like it. Question: Sunderland. See, we live and die in these towns. That's in Sunderland. Probably
It's a
Middlesbrough.
possibility.
I don't know. Right, we live and die in these towns. Question for the panel: with Tavares close to being fully fit in his own opinions, does he go out on loan mid-season, or does he stay and push for start games first? Could he be a player we're missing? Come to you first, Vic.
I think he needs to go out on loan for me. He just needs some regular game time at a decent sort of level. So I'd be getting him out on loan somewhere, ready for next season.
Somewhere close like Shrewsbury to be with Shippers and Melosi.
Yeah, that would be a bad call. Yeah, somewhere not too far. It needs to be a decent enough level. I think it can't be any lower than League One. So it needs to be a reasonable level.
Yeah. The video clip, Cobb Andy's just come up here. He says it was in Bedford. Ken, Tavares?
Yeah, I'll probably agree with Vic. Probably needs to go out on loan, get a few good games under his belt, come back a little bit strong. Because we haven't really seen a lot of them, have we? I know he scored that fantastic goal against Preston, didn't he? When he came on as sub. But apart from that, we haven't really seen a lot about him. He's showed a little bit of promise. He's got a bit of speed, hasn't he? But he hasn't had a run of games, so he needs a bit of a run of games. Probably the best way to do that at the moment is probably go out on loan and come back a stronger player and hopefully a better player and a player that we can use in future games.
Yeah, Claudio, same opinion.
Yeah, it's a shame they can't use the old loan system before this old transfer window where you can let a player go for a month or so to a club just to get some fitness.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore now, can you?
No.
Unless it's a keeper, you can borrow somebody. But yeah, he needs to, well, he won't get any game time, will he? So he'll be just sat on the bench, which is no good unless he plays in the 23. So I'd let him go for 6 months and see how he gets on. His injury was obviously worse than Callum's because he's been out longer.
Yeah.
No, less because he did it. He did it against Wrexham.
It was a week after, wasn't it? But yeah, I didn't.
Week after.
But I thought he was going to be back sooner. So obviously he was quite serious. His Achilles, wasn't it? So it's
Achilles. Yeah. If you tear that, it's awful, isn't it? Awful.
Yeah.
He's a bit like Jack Burrows, really, isn't he? Jack Burrows is a player. Like, I like Jack Burrows. I was a bit disappointed he went out on loan, but I think for his career, it was the right move because he needs to be playing regularly at this stage of his career. And we can't offer that because we've got competition for places, so they're going to be dropping in and out. And I think it's the same with Tavares. He just needs to go out, play somewhere week in, week out for a couple of months and really build up some experience. Because you can see he's got some raw talent, but he also did a lot of running around a bit aimlessly because he wasn't entirely sure what to do all the time. So I think he just needs to go off somewhere and get some regular, proper man's football game time, learn his trade and hone his skills, and then come back a better player for it. Which hopefully with Jack Burrows as well.
Yeah. Well, he's doing really well up there, and he's doing fantastically well. So, didn't he score the other week? I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So pleased to see that.
So, yeah, he did really well. Now, listen. On more of a serious note, we have had a little bit of a laugh tonight. We've got Spot the Ball answer coming up very shortly, and a couple of other announcements. But our hearts go out to young Hayley, who sadly passed away a couple of days ago. They raised nearly £1 million for her treatment. There were 200,000, I think, away from their target that they needed to get to. And it's really sad that the little girl passed away. And it was on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday she passed away. But Luke Carter, who comes on the show, he was speaking to her uncle the other day, and he's asked if we can do a 17th minute round of applause for Hayley on Tuesday night against Plymouth. And he's asked if the club would mind putting a picture up on the screen. I have contacted some contacts at the club to see if they can get a picture up. But I do know the club have posted something out about Hayley. So I'm hoping that they will put a picture of her on the screen. And if any Plymouth fans do watch this tonight as well, if they can pass the word around and they can tell their fans and everyone give a nice round of applause for Hayley. So our hearts go out to all her family and everything. And really, really sad because we've seen Tom Grennan wearing the T-shirt asking us to donate and things. So our hearts go out to all her family. So rest in peace, Hayley, and let's hope the Sky Blues can turn their performances round for you up there, and you can watch them from right up there and just watch them forever and ever and ever and bring us some luck. So, there you go. Let's get the Spot the Ball then. Here we go. Spot the Ball. So we got, it's quite easy tonight. I have made it a little bit easier. It is a picture from the interweb. So if you have Googled it, you're going to get this one. Have we got many answers in, Claudio? Have we got loads in there?
Not a lot, actually.
No? Not many tonight.
We've got 12, 13.
Okay, that's cool.
14.
Oh, there you go. Live and die in these towns, number 8.
Can I have a guess, Miles?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, haven't you had a guess yet? Yeah.
Can I guess number 2?
Yes, of course you can. I forgot you haven't had a guess. Sorry, Vicky.
That's all right.
Sorry, lovely. I'm sorry.
Because in the last one, I actually managed to get it right, so I'm on a bit of a hype on that now.
Okay. Right. Well, let's wish you luck then. So, if you have got the winning number, are you ready, Claudio
Yeah.
and Vicky? Hold on. There's some more comments coming in. Oh,
Okay.
number 3, Robin Fletcher. Cov Marks is number 9. Okay. Here we go then. The winning ball number is
Number 1.
number 1. How many we got, Claudio?
2, I think.
2. Oh, 2 winners.
Garrett 87 and Luke. Well, the ones who won it the other week.
Gower 87 won, did they?
Yeah. I think they got
number
1 and Luke from the other week. It's the same Luke.
So they've got
He's just too good.
They've got
He's
it
too
right.
good.
Okay. So, so 1 or 2. So write 1 or 2 down on the paper, Claudio, next to the person.
Yeah.
And Vic, because you've been away, we'll give you the honours. Number 1 or number 2?
Thanks. Number 2.
The winner is Luke.
Luke. So, Luke, because you've already won, do you want it to roll over to next week and we can add another prize to it? It's up to you, or we can send you another prize. So, entirely up to you. Ken?
Yes, I'm back.
Spot the ball was number 1.
Sorry, I had a loose connection. It keeps coming out for some reason. It just blanks me off. Don't know what happened.
That's okay. It was number 1, the question.
Number 1. Who won it? Who won it?
Luke. Again.
Is that Luke Spud, same one?
No, different one.
Different one.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's a new Luke, then get Luke to email his details in, and we'll get his prize off to him as soon as possible.
And if he has already won and he wants to hand it over, we can add to it next week and have a rollover. So
yes,
there you go. Just to let you know, Ken, we did a little announcement for little Haley. And
I just seen it. Yeah, I've seen it on the phone. I was watching on the phone while I was trying to get connected again.
Excellent.
Yeah, very sad. Yeah.
So very, very sad. Very sad indeed. I'd hate that for. Yeah, and the 4 boys as well that tragically died in Wales in the weekend as well. So as you know, when you look at the age of 17, 18, driving, and it's a bit of sad news this week. So anyway, we have got Quest of Sport coming up 30th of November down at the Sky Blue Tavern. Get to the Sky Blue Tavern Twitter page, book your tickets, or you can go on our page. I have put a link on there this week, so you can get a link. I will put another post out tomorrow night, so you can click on the link and book your team in. I've got a winning team this month. I've got a winning team this month. I know I have. I've strengthened it, so we're going to win. So come and take us on if you think you can. Also, we're going to a pantomime. We're going on the 4th of December to Cinderballer. It was on Midlands Today last night. I don't know if you've seen Midlands Today, but it was on there last night. Cinderballer, £1 panto. It is for £1 for the kids. It's about £4 for the adults. Absolutely fantastic. That runs from the 4th to the 9th of December. And we're going along to that. So we're going to have a right scream. And we're just going to have a good crack. So, that's it. So, round up. What do you reckon, Saturday, Claudio? Are we going to do it?
I still think we're going to draw. I feel that with these international breaks, it's like a pre-season over again, isn't it? It never seems to get going. Just when you get your teeth into it, you got another break. And I mean, I know my lot finally qualified, just about. But really, I don't enjoy it at all. Yeah, the break at all. I used to love international football. I don't anymore as much as I used to, and I just miss league football. It got to the point where I'm watching League 2 and League 1 at the weekend, trying to find some normal football to watch.
Well, it's probably better than the England match. I watched a bit of the England match in Egypt on was it Friday? Oh, that was like the worst hour of my life.
Awful. Both England games are terrible.
I realise that.
Don't talk to me about Harry Maguire. That's all I can say.
I mean, Solihull Moors were playing at the Road. I nearly went there. because it's only 10 minutes away
better.
from my house. So I felt like going just to see a normal game of football.
Mm.
But I
Would have had
think
more fun.
I still think we'll draw. I think it's going to be difficult. New manager, they'll be buzzing. Well, hopefully show some character. The thing is, what's he going to do with the formation? Because does he go 4-3-3 again, or does he change it? Because we need to find some identity now. He's got to put the right players in right positions, and he's whatever. I mean, I like Mark Robins a lot, but he is under pressure this season with the money that's being spent. And we can say about the gelling and the coming together and everything else, but he is under pressure. Once you've spent that kind of money, it comes with consequences if it doesn't work out. So I think it's be a telling time the next few games. Hopefully we'll come through it and he's still with us in the new year, because I think I won't want to change him, but it's not my decision. And it depends what advice Doug King gets, basically. But hopefully we'll get something on Saturday. We can't afford to keep losing game. Yeah.
No. Ken?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you just got to. I'm quite confident we'll get. It's going to be tight. I think we're going to win a 1-0 win, but we've got to start picking points up now, and we can't keep stop starting the season. We've got to get going and get points on the board.
Yeah, no excuses now. There's not, like Claudio's just said. I don't think there's enough. You can't excuse now. They've got a gel. They've had long enough, I think, to be honest. Especially now they've been training for 2 weeks as well. I think we've had 4 players out on international duty, but Iari isn't a starter for me. I don't think Iari is definitely not a starter for me. I believe that we should stick to the 4 at the back because it worked against Stoke, and it just seemed a little bit more solid for myself. Victoria, you've been away. You had a little thoughts about where we can go from here.
Yeah, I mean, Claudio's right, isn't it? We've got to the stage now where results matter. I think especially because a lot of the injured players have started to come. We're getting back towards like a full squad now, aren't we, to choose from? We obviously had 2 sorts of problems early on in the season. One, that we had a lot of new players, and 2, that sort of key players getting injured. So we didn't have a lot of depth, and the ones that we probably wanted to play. Like we had the time when Ben Sheaf was injured for a bit, and obviously we've been waiting for O'Hare to get back, and Alan obviously started the season behind because of his issues in the summer. So we had a lot of those sorts of things to deal with early on in the season, alongside bringing in lots of new players. So I think to a degree, lots of people were patient on the back of that, but we are getting far enough in the season now, aren't we, where these players are all coming back. They've had time to play together. And so, but I'm feeling optimistic. I think this will be a turning point. I think good result on Saturday, good result on Tuesday, and then go into the run into Christmas in some good form and pick up some points. Ready for a good sort of end of the season. What was that?
That's a cat. He's agreeing with you.
He just fell off the table.
He's agreeing with you, mate. He's agreeing with you. Definitely agreeing with you. Oh my God, this show just brings up so many daft things. It really does. No, I agree with all 3 of you. I think this has to be it now, and there's no reason now for them to come out and say we haven't gelled. They've gelled. Well, we know Bobby Thomas, Liam Kitchen, and Brad Collins. They're all good mates. And so there's 3 good mates in the team, so they've gelled because they played with each other last season. So there's no excuses anymore. They've got to pull their socks up. They've got to get on with it Saturday. I'm sorry, I'm not going. I was even contemplating on buying a ticket today. I thought I can't go all that way. It's just going to kill me, because I'm going out now anyway with my best mate Robin. So I'm going into Leamington on the evening. So I'll watch it on telly this weekend. But we'll be back on Sunday, Ken Show and Claudio, Victoria, and it won't be me this week, guys, unfortunately. I've got stuff to do in the house this weekend. I've got to get everything ready for Christmas.
Christmas lights.
We're going away next week, so this is the last weekend I've got.
You're going away, Miles.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah, going to Ipswich.
We
we're
all
going
are.
to
Yes,
Ipswich
you are,
Street.
aren't you? Yes.
Yes, and we're doing a live stream from the hotel.
From the
So
hotel.
anyone out there wants to come down to the Penta Hotel for 7 o'clock, we will be live streaming from 7:30, live from the Penta Hotel. It will be just us around the table. And we're going to I've got 2 Ipswich fans coming along. They're a real good laugh as well. We're going to have a right laugh. I'll tell you what, if it lasts an hour, I'll be surprised, because it could go on for about 3 or 4 with these 2 guys coming, because they are a right scream. So we're going to have a good crack in Ipswich. If you want to come and join us at Penta Hotel, come and join us. I think there's 8 of us staying at the Penta Hotel. So I'm sure there'll be more Cov City fans staying there as well. So anyone wants to come and join the stream, please do. But yeah, Ken will be back with Claudio and Victoria on Sunday. I will be back next Friday, live from the Penta Hotel. Or no, I'll be live Tuesday, won't I?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday before the game. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot we've got a game Tuesday. Yeah,
Hence
so I'll
Plymouth.
see you live on Tuesday. We'll see all the fans. A massive big thank you to everyone watching tonight. You've been great as usual. And just a big massive play up Sky Blues.
Play up Sky Blues. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Right.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.